Hello everyone, my name is Bright Fojo and this presentation is part of the fulfillment of the Spring 2024 Data 620 course at the University of Maryland Global Campus. This presentation seeks to find out if there is hope in declining violent crimes within Baltimore City and Baltimore County in Maryland. The data captures records from 1975 to 2014. A look at the data indicates that there was a general increase in crime rates from 1975 to 1981, at which point there was a decline from 81 to 1987 within Baltimore City. Baltimore County also shows the same trend of increasing crime rates up until 1987. Now, from 87, it can be observed that there is a sharp increase, especially in Baltimore City, from 87 all the way to 1993, where it had its peak of 1,945 violent crimes. Now, since then, since 93, there has been a gradual decline of violent crimes to a low of 8,346 within Baltimore City, and that of the Baltimore County to a low of 4,024 violent crimes. Now, these crimes consist of rapes, robberies, assaults, and homicides. Now, a look at the forecast for these contributing crimes shows that there is still a gradual decline even up until 2014, and forecast indicates that violent crimes are going to reduce even in the years to come. I looked at the comparison between robberies and homicides within these two locations, and they all follow a similar pattern of increasing crime rates up until 93, and then there is from there a decline. Baltimore County shows a gradual decline, but Baltimore City, for the case of robberies, showed a steep slope, which indicates a sharp decline of robberies from 93 all the way further down, even up to 2014, where only 3,677 rape cases and then 211 homicide cases were recorded. Looking at the forecast, it is still within the margin of decline and applies also to assaults and rape cases. If you look at the graph, you would find out that assaults and rape cases show similar pattern. For Baltimore County, there is always a gradual decline, Since from 93, there has always been a gradual decline of assault, cases, even and rape cases. But Baltimore City, however, sometimes sees an upward movement, especially for assaults. In 1999, there was a higher, there was an upward movement of up to 10,536 cases. But since then, there has been a gradual decline, and forecast indicates that there is hope, and violent crimes are further declining in both Baltimore County and Baltimore City. So it shows that most of the crime is committed within the city and not the neighboring county, even though the forecast shows a decline in both areas. And it's promising. At least it shows that yeah, the violent crimes are reducing within these two areas in Maryland. This data was retrieved from GitHub and was uploaded by Tiana Chan. So thanks to Tiana Chan for uploading this data on GitHub. Thank you very much for your time. It must be noted that comparatively between Baltimore City and Baltimore County, there is always a huge gap in terms of number of crimes committed. Now, if you look at a graph for both of them, you will find out that Baltimore City is way above the average, whereas that of Baltimore County is always below the average. Taking 1993, for example, Baltimore City recorded 21,945 cases, whereas its neighboring Baltimore County recorded only 7,451 violent crimes. And so always there is a huge gap between, the violent crimes committed in Baltimore City and then that of Baltimore County. So